We're here in the studio of a rising star of the art world, my friend, artist Sherry Mills. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Stephanie.
The first thing I want to talk about is your most recent project, which is box art. So tell us about that.
Well, for so many years I was crazy about miniatures and collage, and I never really let myself indulge that medium. I made a piece for my grandmother, who was very influential for me. Actually, it still makes box art at 92 and sells in galleries. And so I busted out all of my miniatures and clippings and started to finally get organized in my studio with those things, and created for her a box that really set me going. I really just fell in love with the process. Over the past year, I've been exploring how can I create smaller scale, more quickly produced type works that I could market in a more mass way. I developed a project called Matchbox Me, where I take vintage matchboxes in 2 sizes and I collect profiles from people, and I come to know their favorite activities and foods and places and what their major goals are right now in their lives. So then I fabricate these little scenes using images and miniatures.
This is where you create. This is where all the magic happens. So show us around.
When I'm first focused on a person's box, I sit down here with like a huge selection of objects and just start pulling what I think might work with their box. So, you know, I have everything, as you can imagine. This is a little pot of fusilli pasta, I guess.
Look at this little guy. Now, where did you find him?
That, I believe that was an eBay purchase. Oh. I am constantly on eBay and Etsy primarily. One of my favorite pieces is this meat board.
Look at that.
Which, you know, vegans beware. So this I love. This is a dirty old sink. Check out this family. They're all kind of bobbleheads.
Look at her little legs. Look at that. And it's mounted as if somebody,
mounted, yeah. Like a piece of taxidermy for your house. It dates back even to, you know, when I was a child and started collecting myself.
Oh, wow.
When I was 11 and 12 were major years for me with dollhouse collecting.
Which is so charming and whimsical, all of it. It's just fun to look at. It just makes you happy.
Yeah,
you know?
It does.
Let's talk about some of the bigger pieces that I know you've shown in galleries. Now, I know this one was in a gallery because I saw it at your show last summer in Chelsea. Tell us about this one.
This one is the Rapunzel box. The story of a woman. She's French and kind of withdrawn. The cameraman is essentially somewhat of a beast, and he's trying to get at her basically and like have her fall in love with him. And so the Barbie here is in like this kind of compromised situation.
For many New Yorkers, you may have seen a lot of your photographs all over New York City. So tell us about it. It was called A Closer New York. So tell us about that.
I, you know, just shot for years and eventually got the support of the borough president, Scott Stringer. I had a 2-month show in his office gallery of my works. I also had somewhat of a relationship with Clear Channel, and they gave me some billboards to just show my work as part of their local spirit campaign.
This is the eye of an artist, because a lot of people might look at some of these images and think they're either they're garbage, they're trash, they're showing you know, a decrepit city. You see it as art.
It's all just shape and form, you know. So it's also a practice in releasing judgment.
Let's talk about some of the early work, because I was looking at some of your self-portraits, and some of them are quite dark.
Yeah.
So talk about, you know, the different phases that artists go through.
There's that darkness that everyone has to deal with, and I think I was just in a space where that's what needed to come out, and I think that's art. You know, it's whatever's there that needs to be voiced is going to be voiced. And now sometimes I laugh because I look at myself with dollhouse miniatures again, like after like going full circle.
I want to change gears because Sherry has the most amazing style. So please tell us what went into this outfit.
Well, this is an apron I got on Etsy. That's an Elvis apron. This skirt came from my boyfriend from Florence. This was an old ratty kind of Betsy Johnson that a friend of mine gave me.
And how about this? With the look at, if you can get the buttons on this, look at this. Did you sew those on, or did it come like that?
No, it came like this. They're like little coffee mugs and little hearts.
It's the bright colors, and it's the mixing of the prints and the patterns and the layering, and it's just amazing. How have you evolved as an artist?
I think that I released all of the, here's what an art career is supposed to look like, here's the type of medium you're meant to look, you know, be focused with. I feel like I'm just more of who I am and more completely who I am as an artist now.
Art is so personal. Where do you find the courage to express yourself?
I've had to deal with a lot of rejection, as any artist and pretty much anyone does. And putting things out there that are really personal can be a little scary. It's much less scary than it used to be.
To me, great art it's very visceral. You have a visceral reaction to it. So love it or hate it, you feel something. Would you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the whole point of art, I guess, is to feel something. And there's no other reason to create it.